The console community has not had it easy since Apex has released because, you know, every other game kind of has 120 FPS on console at this point, especially for the new generation. And Apex, of course, still doesn't have that. A lot of people have been waiting for cross progression for about 3 years overdue now because we were told we were going to get it in 2022. We just got it at the end of 2023. And while there may be some benefits on one over the other, a lot of people feel like that console has had the short end of the stick when it comes to Apex Legends for quite some time. The one advantage, though, was not having to deal with as much aimbotting and wall hacking, since PC obviously had a big portion of that. And today, yes, also for the first time ever, that made me feel horrible for the console community for Apex. And if you guys want to stay up to date of what's going on in the Apex Legends community, news related, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're giving away a Loba heirloom prestige skin as well. And let's jump into today's news. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, one of the biggest advantages that console has always had over PC lobbies, and this is really one of the biggest reasons that I wouldn't mind seeing like console events or console tournaments or even atmospheres where the competitive scene is console based, because even though PC is obviously way better in its performance, there's nothing like having to not stream your game because no one thinks you're cheating, and you don't really have to worry about people aimbotting too much because it's console. It's all closed interface, so everyone you play against should be legit, unless it's just, you know, some like anti-recoil stuff, which isn't too harmful. But the aimbotting and wall hacking, of course, has never really been that big of a console issue until I saw this posted on Twitter yesterday. This was coming from a user by the name of Queen Clem on Twitter, saying that this is a new thing to console lobby. And by the way, this cheater still lost the game, so shout out to, you know, still sucking. So before we get into what's going on and the proof that it's legit, here's the actual video of the guy actually cheating in this console lobby. Roll the clip.
Report him, report him. See?
Okay, yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, that's Leafy Hunt.
Oh my god.
The solo, right? Yeah.
Let me look. See?
What the okay, feel better.
What the
fuck?
shit? This is the first time I ever run into a cheater on console.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hope he loses. How did he lose that?
Did he die?
Yeah.
So as you can tell, this is not up for debate. This is not discussion. This is not he might be cheating. It's obviously blatantly cheating. However, whenever people see things like this, you may think one of a couple things, right? Oh, he may just be a PC player who's hacked his way into a console lobby, right? Well, that's what a lot of people seem to have thought, because you would think that it's just impossible to cheat on console. Not true. Not only can you see the PlayStation logo next to his name in the bottom left, someone had also asked that particular question, saying, could it just simply be a PC player in a console lobby? Either way, it's disgusting though. And someone said, no, it's clearly a PlayStation player. He also pays for PlayStation Plus. You can see his actual PS ID here. So that person had asked, how in the world does this guy have aimbot, especially like on a PlayStation? I thought this was just a PC thing. So in response, another Twitter user said that maybe it's some advanced Cronus Zim settings, or maybe even a PC Connect tool that allows you to connect your console to the PC. Either way, it's ridiculous, it's out of hand, and it's extraordinarily insane. The sad part is though, like I mentioned earlier, this never really was a problem for console, and it was actually one of the benefits that console still had going for it. The only logical thing that made sense to me was it has to be some type of PC connection tool, but I still thought that that stuff was closed off and it wouldn't let you do anything like that. I remember back in the day, it was called like a JTAG box or JTAG or something like that, and it was like a modded console itself, and I don't really think you could do that stuff anymore. But I'm just shocked because this has never really been a thing, and no one's really ever talked about it if it was a thing, and we didn't really think it was possible, and this was really never been an outrage at all. And if it has been going on for a while, why has no one been talking about this or giving it coverage? Because this is kind of a big deal. The one platform we thought was still like unhackable and thankfully still had a little bit of clarity to it is now corrupt itself. What's really throwing me off is the fact that we know that of course PC players can do stuff like this, and we know that PC players can force themselves into console lobbies, so that wasn't too surprising. But the fact that it turns out this guy is apparently still on console somehow, it's one thing if it's just a PC guy glitching into the lobby and they can patch the glitch, patch the hack or the exploit or whatever it may be, and then boom, it solves the problem and it never happens again. But if he can do this while being on console, they can't really fix that. Now, of course, this has been a talking point that a lot of pro players, content creators, and even fans of like have been using to say that Apex is dying, Apex is losing to all these other games, Fortnite's doing so good, all these other games are doing so good, Apex is not doing so good. However, here's a little bit of a less popular take, because although a lot of these people have been pulling out these numbers numbers and saying, here's what's wrong with the game, and Apex Twitch viewership is down, the player count's down, everything's down. This is a little bit of a different take coming from a big creator and pro player as well for Apex, saying that the game is actually not dying. Here's a hot take. He says it's nobody's fault. This is just the ebb and flow of Twitch viewers who change up what they're watching and when other games have big content updates. That time will come again for Apex 2, where we're obviously in a better state. Also moderately disrespectful to the 32,000 people watching Apex to act like that's just simply nothing. A lot of people in the comment section seem to agree or say that this is a more reasonable take, of course. So interested to see what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with what's going on in the Apex world for news. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.